So, what did you learn about your partner after you were married to them? My wife found out something about me. Remember, Loren?
I can't remember what it was. What is it?
I told her when I moved to Memphis that I
do know what it
graduated from
is.
the university.
Yeah.
Or no, I didn't tell her I graduated. I told her I went to the University of Kansas because that's the school that both my brothers went to. And the reason why I lied was because I carried that whole lie to Memphis. The year I moved to Memphis, Kansas had just beaten them in the national championship. And when I told the first person, I was wearing a Kansas hat. When I told the first person that I met at the radio station in Memphis, he's like, better take that hat off unless you went there. I go, I went there.
It just happened.
I just carried it with me. And I even told Amanda, because she went to Memphis. When we started dating, I was like, uh-oh, I'm a KU guy. I went to KU. Well, just for like a year, and then I transferred out.
Did you ever?
No. No. Never went. My older brothers did, and I never did. You know, I went to that small college in upstate. You know, I lived at home and commuted and worked for Howard, did an internship for MTV and Howard Stern, and then worked at Z100. But I lived at home and went to a small college, never went to KU. So my wife found that out, and she's like, you're psycho. And she's like, why would you lie? Like, I'm telling you, because I would have gotten killed going into Memphis bragging about Kansas.
I don't know if I found out anything about Dallas after I married him. He met my family, which I guess maybe he found out something about me.
I warned my soon-to-be wife, Amanda, and her family about my family.
Yeah.
So we're like the Addams family.
I had to warn Dallas about my family.
Yeah. I do remember another friend of mine, too. We were talking about this at dinner, and as soon as I started bringing it up, the couple we were out with, the wife was like, oh, I got one. And I was like, what? She goes, he, meaning my friend, told me he was Italian. He has no Italian in him. I found out after we were married. You know, the little lies that you find out. These are some bigger ones, though. We found this on Your Tango. After being married for 6 years, I learned that he had been sleeping with his non-biological sister. Needless to say, I'm no longer with him.
Okay.
So basically his stepsister.
Yeah.
After 5 years of marriage, I found out that my husband's family had to try to take a, quote, hit out on his ex-wife years earlier. They ended up not going through with it, but I ran like hell after my brother-in-law, his brother told me about it.
It's probably a good idea.
Oh, my husband never told me that he lied to the IRS and we owed more than $50,000 in government taxes. I feel like he married me just to get my paycheck. No longer married.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah, those are some big ones.
Yeah.
Those are a little unforgivable.
A lot of text messages coming in, too. Somebody texted in and said, I found out that my partner was addicted to the dating apps and never stopped using them throughout our entire marriage. Somebody else said, my partner lied to me and told me that he was in the military. After doing some deep dive, a.k.a. Googling it, I found out he wasn't in the military.
Where the heck was he when he said he was deployed?
I only lied about
another family, I'm sure, right?
That's stolen valor.
Yeah.
I only lied about going to Kansas. I never lied about being in the military. Good morning, Trey.
Good morning.
Trey, what did you find out about your partner after you were married?
So we met, and I have to give you a little bit of the backstory because it's hilarious. We met, and there were assumptions made. She assumed because I am from the Bible Belt of this country, from North Carolina, that I must be Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So first time I go over to her house, there's all these crosses all over the place. There's a Bible on the. So we go through months of dating with her believing that I'm Christian.
Okay.
We have our big church wedding, and then about 4 months after we're married, there's all these women over at the house.
Okay.
And she says, "Honey, I have to tell you something. I would like to introduce you to the other members of my coven. I'm Wicked."
Oh.
And I went, I can't do this anymore, so am I.
Shut up. You guys were both?
Yeah, but I assumed that her being from Texas, and she assumed that me being from North Carolina,
that would have never happened.
Oh, that's so funny. Two Wiccans who had no idea they were Wiccans are both lying to each other about being super Christian. That's awesome, Trey. Thank you for sharing. And happy Halloween to my Wiccan couple. Last one, Nicole. Hey,
Hey there.
Nicole. Something happened with your husband after you got married. You found out what?
Probably about 7 or 8 years after we were married, he told me that he lost his virginity to his mom's best friend.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay.
That's a lot.
Did you stay?
I did until I did not. It had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just says the character of somebody too. You know what I mean?
Now looking back, I'm like, oh yeah, she did love all of his Facebook posts, and she was very active.
I don't know if I would ask any more questions after that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Nicole. Hashtag the more you know before you get married.
Yeah.